Okay, so I have today's lineup. Yankees versus Cardinals. It's Frankie Montas' debut for the Yankees today against St. Louis Cardinals. Game 3, afternoon game. I also have a roster move that had to be made. And 2 guys that I think should be called up immediately. So, hope you enjoy this video. And let's get to the roster move first. Maranacho, they optioned him out last night to AAA. For 2 reasons. One, first of all, they had to, there's a limit to the amount of pitchers they can keep at one time on the roster. So they had to option a pitcher out. And to make room for Frankie Montas today, who's off the bereavement list now. Secondly, it sounds like he's the pitcher with the options. Nobody else has options. So it was a kind of a no-brainer move that had to be done anyway. I am pretty confident, though, that he's going to make the postseason roster. He's been nothing short of fantastic for the Yankees this year. So that's good stuff. And I do expect him to be back up at some point. That's 1. 2, let's get to the guys that I think should be called up. 1, Oswald, Peraza, and Estevan Florio before we get to the lineup. Estevan Florio, to me, is an obvious fit to replace, Aaron Hicks. Aaron Hicks should be sat. He's over 33, and he's also 2 for, 2022. So, do we really want another guy in there that's not focused? He looks disinterested, not really motivated, not concentrating at all. So, and Florio's earned the right to come up. Now, him and Peraza have similar stats right now. Around 15 home runs, 40 RBIs. They're both stealing a lot of bases. Florio's got 30 already. And again, they're spraying the ball over the place with good contact, singles, doubles, opposite field, this and that. So, and they're hustling. They're playing good defense. Things that Aaron Hicks is not doing. Okay? And I think it'll give them a jolt of energy. And again, ego or not, he needs to be sat, Aaron Hicks. Okay? And play the young kid. Give them this shot. This team is not playing with energy. They look defeated. They don't look focused. So I think a shot of energy in a couple areas would be a wise idea. And again, even if he's a stopgap for Harrison Bader when he's ready to go in a couple weeks, so what? It's an upgrade over Aaron Hicks. And they're paying his contract anyway. So what does the difference if they sit him or play him? If he's not doing anything while he's playing, sit him and bring up somebody who might be more productive. Okay? Now, as a disclaimer, too, whether it's Peraza or Estevan Florio, Estevan Florio has been a prime example of this. Just because they're not going to cover off the ball in AAA doesn't mean they're going to do it at the major league level, at least not right away. So I know there's a lot of folks, and let's pivot to Peraza, who want Peraza to be up here because of his bat and blah, blah, blah. Buyer beware. Doesn't translate automatically, okay? He's a defensively gifted player. I get it. But for me, I'm sitting Torres, not IKF. You don't sit hustle and energy for hustle and energy. You sit lethargic, unfocused, lazy play. And from the infield side, that's what Gleyber Torres has been again, way too often. And personally, I would rather sit a less talented player who's regularly performing, okay, even at decent production levels, over a more talented player who's not, who doesn't look interested in playing, okay? That's, to me, that affects team energy, team chemistry, and I would rather have the IKF in there with Peraza and sitting Torres. And the same thing goes. Maybe it'll light a fire under Torres' ass. Okay, I watch these games. You could see with your eyes who's hustling, who's playing hard, and who's not. And I'm not telling myself, well, he's not playing, he's not going to focus, but his F-WAR is better, or his percentage of ground balls to the I don't care about these little metrics of analytics. It's obvious when you watch the game, way too often, and it's reminiscent of Gary Sanchez. And I hate saying it, but it's true. Another uber-talented player who had so many lapses of non-focus and concentration, looked like he didn't want to be there. We cannot have that guy here on the Yankees. We can't. He might be the odd man out in the offseason, but to me, I'm giving Peraza a shot and I'm sitting Torres. There's no way in the world I'm sitting IKF. I want both of those guys in the lineup. Okay? Contact hitting. And even though IKF has had defensive lapses, so has Torres. But IKF at least tries to make it up for it with his bat or his base running. Torres does not. Okay? That's a huge difference to me. Analytics are not. And to me, Peraza obviously deserved the shot too. He's earned the right to get a call up at some point too. So those 2 guys I think would give a tremendous jolt of energy. But again, it's probably better once Stanton's back, once Rizzo's back, so that if there is any kind of dip in production offensively, they can make up for it with Stanton and Rizzo, right? When they come back and they're playing full time again, when they're healthy. That's the way I look at it too. So to me, those 2 guys, and why. That's my 2 cents. You let me know what your 2 cents is. Give it to me in the comments. All right, now let's get to the lineup, okay? DJ LeMahieu is leading off today, okay? He's playing first base. Aaron Judge is in right field batting second. Matt Carpenter's batting third, DHing. Josh Donaldson's cleanup, third base. Gleyber Torres batting fifth at second base. He should be moved down in the lineup. Andrew Benintendi's back. Left field batting sixth. He should be moved up in the lineup. Aaron Hicks batting seventh in center field. Jose Trevino's at the dish batting eighth. And Marwin Gonzalez is playing shortstop, giving IKF a day off, batting ninth. And the battery made for Jose Trevino is none other than Big Daddy Frankie Montas, his debut for the Yankees. Show him some support, show him some love. Hopefully he'll show him some bulldog and maybe right this ship a little bit or help do his part to get the Yankees back on track because they are reeling and they need some help. And I said this before, it's going to take a while for a reconstructed roster to gel and figure out its new identity. This is not, I mean, look at the Padres. They're going it right now. With all the talent they brought in, they're still having problems. Okay? That's just the way that it is. And this is the Yankees. They always have this issue. Always. So there's never like a smooth transition when they bring in new roster players. Hardly ever. Especially a significant amount of them. Like they did at the deadline. So, those are the three things I wanted to get out to you. Let me know what you think. But I will see you a little bit later on for the recaps. Over and out.